I've always wanted this to be a place for writers, but now, after a particular 911 call a couple of days ago, I need this channel to be a place for the writer's life. The weathered, messy, unpredictable part, the real part of life that's not neatly wrapped up in a bow like a lot of the other writing channels. So if that's what you're looking for, you're not going to find it here. I apologize. I tried to follow that model, looking at other channels initially before I started my YouTube channel. And they primarily have, in their vlogs, they talk in a cheerful way about everything in their lives and how they're waiting to hear back from an agent, a publisher, their timeline for getting the next book out, that sort of thing. And that's great. I'm happy for them. I enjoy watching some of them. And I also saw channels that did book recommendations, reviews, book club sort of things. And I still want to keep my book club. So that stays in the mix. And then I saw videos that I wanted to copy to some degree about writing advice and tips. Though, as someone who is unpublished, I don't feel qualified to give advice about certain things, but I do have confidence in my writing, so I believe that certain things I can share. However, that part I don't want to continue with, because that was stressful for me, trying to make sure I had everything in a row and ducks in a row, and I just can't do that. It took too much preparation, and also my mind is too busy flitting about to try to stay on track, even if I put up a sticky note. And I just can't put that many sticky notes on my computer or on my phone, sorry. Instead, I want this channel to reflect what's going on with my life. And I want it to be able to be used as something to reach out to other people who may also be going through things. Late blooming writers who have been afraid to step out and start their book or get their book out there. Caregivers who just need a little encouragement, who are bogged down, trapped in their house, basically like I am. So the new aesthetic for this channel that you may have seen already is different than my other one. I think it reflects what's going on inside of me right now. And the 911 call that facilitated it a couple of days ago was concerning my son. And for people who are familiar with this channel, you know that I have an almost 21-year-old son with severe autism and psychosis. In fact, he just entered the room. And that's another change I'll be making with going forward from here on out, is I'm not going to be editing out things. I'm not going to be editing out pieces of time where I'm trying to just focus on having a nice, neat video. No. I want this to be real. I want this to be my viewers, my subscribers, coming to my house. We're having a visit, coming to One Story House. We're just having a talk about all kinds of random things. How hard it was to fold my laundry today, because I kept getting interrupted by maybe some unusual behaviors that he's having. Actually, they're unusual, not that they're not usual. Let me get that clear, because they happen virtually every day. And maybe I want to just talk about a particular book I just read. Maybe I want to talk about a particular movie that resonated with me and how I think that might help my writing, may help your writing. I don't know. I just want to just have more freedom, and I got a wake-up call, I guess you could say, by having my son out of the house for a couple of days, me worried sick, sobbing, and afraid for him in the sense because he functions more on the cognitive level of a 4-year-old, and having him away from home, even though he's not connected to us in the way that a neurotypical child would be, he still, I'm sure, missed us greatly. And I'm sorry if I get emotional, but he was alone in a room. And you know, the nurses would come in, obviously, and so forth, but it was very sad for him, sad for us, but it had to be done. His behaviors escalated to the point that we could not control what was going on, and we needed help immediately. I won't get into details, but suffice it to say that we were hoping to get more help than what we got. So he's back home today. He's sitting with me here now. And it's unfortunate that in this state, the state of Georgia, there's not a lot of help. There's not. Group homes, which he unfortunately is too severe for. Respite care, which I won't even get into, but it's not enough. It's just not on the table, because having a stranger sent by the state come in to sit with him for a few hours while I worry what's going on, because they don't know him, he doesn't know them, and his behaviors being unpredictable. That's not going to happen. He's had several caregivers, and all but one has tapped out. So, so this new aesthetic on my channel about doors is about me being behind a door, in a sense of being kind of trapped in my house for the most part every day. And don't, as you can tell by my complexion, I don't get much vitamin D outside of a bottle. So I just want to be able to chit chat. So even if, you know, no one's listening, I'm still going to create this content. But I'm hoping that I will get people who want to tune in and follow what's going on around here. And I want to hear your stories. I want to hear what is a stumbling block for you that's keeping you from writing. What's this, if you're a caregiver and not a writer, what kind of encouragement are you looking for? What encourages you? What do you do to help kind of pull yourself out of your day-to-day grind? So that's where I'm at. Thank you, everyone who's subscribed. Thank you for the viewers who are tuning in all the time. I'm so thankful for the comments that I've gotten, aside for the little handful I told you about in another video where they weren't the kind of comments people want, but for the most part, the comments are, and you know who you are out there. There are just a couple of people who are consistently encouraging. I mean, if I put something on there, I'm sure to get an answer, to get a comment, and in the positive. And thank you so much. It means more than you know. So if you want to, if you're new to this channel, if you're not new to this channel, if you want to hang out, I'm here. We'll talk about a little of this, a little of that. And if there are things that you want to talk about, let me know in the comments. I mean, hey, I have free time here and there on the computer. I make sure of that. When I'm not writing, when I'm not dealing with things, but I can find time to have a chit chat, because I do like to talk. Definitely like to talk. And the comments are obviously more real than talking to the screen right now, even though I feel like I'm talking to you. So that's my intent, that I'm talking to you. So going forward, I want you to come knock on the door. If I know you well enough, come on in, pull up a chair. Anyway, even if you have to knock on the door, I'll invite you in. We'll have a little lemonade, sit and talk, okay? Whether it be something serious for the day or just some lighthearted silliness, which I'm quite fond of. because humor is my favorite coping mechanism, and you may have noticed. Uh, and I just want to have fun, you know. I want to have fun, but I also want to have an outlet for my serious moments. And that's where I'm trying to pivot. I call this my 911 pivot, so that I can have more time to be with my family and to write and not have to worry so much about YouTube. You know, I thought I'd found my groove, and until this happened, until the 911 call. And then I realized, no, I cannot devote even that much time to this. What I can do is just talk. Just talk for a few minutes. Just share what's going on and touch base with everyone and hope that they, that we build a community. I didn't see that on YouTube that there's a community in place for late blooming writers, authors, aspiring authors, and you don't have to be late blooming either. You can be younger. You don't have to be 40 plus. And also caregivers, autism moms and dads. I want a place where we can all come and just hang out, enjoy some friendship, some encouragement. So if you're on board for that, like and subscribe. And I will be looking forward to hearing from you. So talk to me in the comments. I try to get back to them as fast as possible. And if I happen to be online at the moment and looking at my channel, we can have a real conversation back and forth. How's that sound? All right. Well, thank you for listening to me today, and I hope that you hang in there while I make these, implement these changes. And my next video will be more in this vein. So, all right. Take care, and I hope you have a wonderful, blessed day. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks.